It's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-rat-terry-o-dee, dee-dee, a fwit-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie.
Well, good day, my friends. Good morning to you all overseas. Good afternoon. Welcome to Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare. I am your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare, and oh, there I am right there. Oh. And I am here to write sonnets with you. What a day this is. Goodness gracious. Wow, there's a lot going on. Not quite sure exactly how to deal with all of my thoughts at the moment, but I'm thinking hopefully we have some art therapy. I do appreciate all of you tuning in there this morning on twitch.tv/nat21adventures and following me on my socials on Facebook and watching the repeats over on YouTube. You can also go and basically help my self-worth by following me on the other socials as well, not just Facebook, but also Instagram, where I'm Shakespeare.approves, and TikTok. And if you really like the show and you want to support it, go like and follow all of the different things, like and subscribe, but also buy me a cup of coffee. Go to coffee.com/Shakespeare. That's ko-fi.com/Shakespeare and buy me a cuppa. You can also commission your own sonnet over there, starting at 20 quid, or even become a Patreon of the arts at patreon.com/Shakespeare, or a Patreon saint and support the Twitch channel, patreon.com/nat21adventures. Don't forget to buy the music too. This Friday is Bandcamp Friday. So much going on. But welcome, my friends. I need to shout out just some guy in Tennessee, because he was first to at least say that Mayor Finkel was framed. And then Victorian London Fog, who I actually just did a commissioned sonnet for, said, "The mayor was framed to begin with. This one thing you must remember, or nothing else that follows will seem wondrous." Dr. Andy is here. Good day to you. Harper Prudence, very merry Tuesday to you as well. Kathy Evans is here. Just lovely to have all of you here. And also, let's start off with a nice, noisy slurp. So let's do that right now. It's good internet audio. I don't care who you are. Starting the day off with some ASMR from Shakespeare. I'm going to throw my specs on. I'm going to be a specky git so I can read your comments a little bit easier, and also do everything else that we're here to do. Harper Prudence has an unexpected day off, so love getting to see Shakespeare at work. Yes, welcome to my dining room, Lady Prue. Love to have you here, my dear friend. And a bit of Dickens this morning felt right for some reason, says Victorian London Fog. Well, yes, it is the best of times and the worst of times. It's a lovely summer day. And hey, just let's have a Reichstag fire. Dances with Words, finally able to catch this live for the first time in forever. Lovely to have you here. Well, my friends, let's get going. So, why are we here? What are we doing? We are writing a sonnet together. What is a sonnet? Well, a sonnet is a 14-line poem, and it has 3 4-line stanzas. Now, the first line, the line A, let's call it, rhymes with the third line, line C. The second line, line B, rhymes with the fourth line, line D. And you repeat that formula for all 3 stanzas. You close it out with a rhyming couplet. That is 2 lines that rhyme with each other. It is all done in iambic pentameter. That's 10 syllables per line. So basically, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? All of those 2 syllable parts, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Those are each called iambs. That's not that important for what we're doing. It was very important in 15th and 16th century Italy. Very important for Shakespeare, or start for the early sonnets and some of the early works, but became less important. But it is honestly how most of us talk to each other. It's an underlying pattern and rhythm that we do. Now you know things. But you can go hendacasyllabic, that's 11 syllables per line if the need arises. Clear as mud? Let's hope. So over here we have our document. It's an ode to something. For every sonnet is an ode to something. And then we have our candy jar right below that. That is where we put our lines that we like, but we're not yet sure what to do with them. So suggest your topics over here. Are we writing about summer? Are we writing about candy? Are we writing about fireworks and how they are too loud for the dog? Are we writing about how welcome to the kingdom of America? I don't know. I have thoughts. I don't even know yet if I want to share them all yet, but I have thoughts. But lovely to have you. Victoria's like, no, I know things I've never known before. Huzzah. Dr. Andy says an ode to found family. That is a good suggestion. Johnny O, aloha, my good man. I say poetry. Ode to poetry. Excellent. Kathy says a wonderful day to be with friends. Ode to holding on to hope, says Dr. Andy. Oh, Victorian says, I did say last stream that we would do an ode to the magic circle. And since we didn't get to have last week's session, that feels appropriate. What about the ode to the fireworks store across from the gas station near me? Ode to odes, or alternately, Odo. Yes, changeling. Then again, that was 2 weeks ago. Ode to my aging pets. Oh, I love Princess. She is my favorite lyric. Ode to the Magic Circle. Yeah, let's do that. Ode to the Magic Circle. It is. Ode to the Magic Circle. I had a thought of I had a thought that I abandoned right before I went on. Just so you know. Where I was just going to write a sonnet. I was just going to do some art therapy here myself, without asking you really for that much input. Maybe some lines, but I decided against it. I'm going to be doing that one more on the side over here. But I have thoughts, my friends, and instead of just continually saying, I have thoughts, for anybody also watching this later, America is in a moment of crisis. And how did we get here? Well, we could blame Mitch McConnell and the Senate for not convicting Trump in his impeachment trials, either one, especially the second one. We can blame Mitch McConnell also for rushing Amy Coney Barrett onto the Supreme Court when he was in charge of the Senate, or denying President Obama for a year getting his appointment after Scalia died. We could blame the Tea Party, going back further. We could blame Trump. We could blame George W. Bush. But honestly, none of them. I mean, all of them and all of us actually share some level of blame. But it goes back, honestly, to 1974. 1972, actually, is when the crime originally happened. In 1974, Richard Nixon said, when the president does it, it's not illegal. And then he was pardoned later by his vice president, who became president, Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford pardoned him so that Nixon would not get prosecuted. So 50 years ago, we knew this was wrong. 50 years ago. 1974. Then we washed it away for healing of the country. And then we get Ronald Reagan a few years later, who starts to dismantle the administrative state. Now, you might be wondering, what does that have to do with the price of eggs? One of the other big decisions to come down from this court in the last several days was the dismantling of the administrative state. And if this is if this is too political for any of you, and you're normally used to me being a lot more fluffy and silly and peace and love, I understand if you want to tune out. I fully do. I get it. I have thoughts, like I said, and I'm going to be sharing them real quick. And then we are going to get into our poem. But Reagan starts to dismantle the administrative state. There was a very important case, 84 or 86, called Chevron, which basically said the court is going to defer to the administrative agencies, such as the EPA, and allow them to have their their say on stuff. And it was specifically at the time, as was argued in the most recent case that happened, it was basically so that the dismantling portion of the conservative agenda, which is basically what conservatives both here and in Britain want to do. So don't think the British are all that great. We're not. It was basically so that they can get their way and they can do whatever roughshod, running over people's rights and the environment and democracy could happen. But it then overall worked out also in a good way, because if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. And it basically imposed the rule of law for the most recent 40 years that food safety standards, drug safety standards, financial standards would all be adhered to by subject matter experts who knew what they were doing, putting it into place. Sometimes they're operating with not the best of intentions, but much of the time they are. That's all gone now. That's gone. Out the window. We no longer defer to Chevron. And now this, where a president has absolute immunity. Now, I've seen some people saying, oh, don't set your hair on fire. Don't set your hair on fire just yet, because it's only on official acts. Well, what is an official act? Since it was called out that assassination of a political rival could be considered an official act. Interfering with an election could be considered an official act. So, we have a guy right now who is a good man. He is not perfect. He is very flawed. But he is a good man, and he would not abuse power. We have another guy who has promised to abuse power, in fact, has already abused it. And this court, which was put in so insanely, not illegally, but immorally, definitely unethically, illegitimately, this court that was installed that way just gave it all to him. But here's the thing. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. So what do? I don't know. Does the president now just decide, hey, it's under my official powers, I'm going to pack the court? I don't know. Does he arrest the orange menace to society? I don't know. I do know that it is going to be working its way into my art. I do a play called Julius Caesar, Beware the Ides of March of the Penguins. And it's, as you might understand, it's about the death of Caesar. And I make it very silly. It's different from the original 16th century Shakespearean version. Because, there's the penguins. And the penguins of Rome march through the scene. The soothsayer's like, see, I told you it would happen. And Cassius, one of the main conspirators, lead the play. He's like, oh, wow, that happened. And everyone's like, yeah, it did happen. And then they go to stab Caesar with sic semper tyrannis, and also not the face. Very two important things. Sic semper tyrannis, death to tyrants. Also shouted when Lincoln was assassinated. So, but also that's my ADHD brain. I'm pulling in all the extra facts that are extraneous to this story. You don't need them, but it is how my work is a lot interesting. So, anyway. Not the face. It's adopted by all actors everywhere. And then they stab Caesar. Penguins go through the scene, etc. And at the very end, after the battle at the plains of Philippi, Brutus and Cassius are lying dead on the field. Antony delivers his oration over the once proud Romans and the republic that was. And the penguins go through. And the final line is, satisfied that never again will a republic fall because of sheer incompetence and stupidity. So, backstory. I was doing that play for 3 years. 2013, 2014, 2015, no problems. 2016, towards the end of that year, I make that joke. People are like, hey, it's not that bad. And you get a laugh or it doesn't get a laugh, but it started becoming awkward silence. 2021 rolls around. January 6th. I make that same joke. No Trump jokes. It's like, it's not a Trump joke. This is a thing that happened. It's 2,000 years of history, as I often say. It's 1,500 years of history because I'm funny and I like to play my milieu. It's funny until it's not. But then you make it funny again. How do you make it funny again? One, you mock the tyrants. You mock the autocrats. You stand up to power in any way that you can. And you fight. Maybe you protest. Maybe you run for office. Maybe you do something. And sometimes it's you cut and run. You cut your losses and you leave. You go to Canada. You go to Great Britain. Not that much better right now. But you go where you can. And you go in and you do what you can. And this is what I can. Not every episode is political. Not every story is political. Not every play is political. But everything has a little bit of something. And you can't escape it. So anybody who does not want me to be political, I'm sorry. That is the nature of art. That is the nature of music. It is the nature of theater. It's the nature of writing. You cannot be divorced from the system, from the society in which you are actively creating your work. It doesn't have to be a part of it, but it does inform it. It informs it in some way. Moore wrote Utopia in a period where people had no rights. Some people looked at it as a fantasy. Some people looked at it as an early attempt at science fiction. Some people thought it to be a political treatise, which it was. But it is a political thing. It's philosophy. And it's about right and wrong. He wrote that when people had no rights, and he talked about a period where everyone would be equal. Orwell wrote 1984 when he saw a rise of autocracy because people were starting to forget how autocracy and fascism nearly destroyed the world, and it was coming back. And then we managed to tamp it down for a bit, but it's coming back again. I wrote my Julius Caesar not in a vacuum, but in a period where things were, just weird, and you want to make some jokes. But now the jokes are real. And so I'm going to continue making these jokes, and I'm going to continue doing what I can. We have a lot of people who do not have my level of privilege, who do not have my level of presented protection. I am a 43-year-old cisgendered white man. Also, that means since I am now in my 40s, I can only fail upward. Kind of a thing. Yay. But I have a moment where I can make this as safe of a place as I can and speak up for those who cannot speak up for themselves, and present a platform for those who need to speak up. Back in 2020 and a bit in 21, I had Shakespeare's Coffee Break. It was my talk show. I'm thinking that maybe that needs to start again. And so then this one can become Let's Create Art, and Shakespeare's Coffee Break is Let's Have the Conversations. But there's a lot going on. I'm seeing your comments in here. And each of them is only part right, but like some of them are much closer to the thing for a while. And Clara says, continue what you can, continue doing what you can until they come for you and make you a martyr. I have no wish to be a martyr. I mean, like, do not mistake me. I will get the hell out of town. I mean, they're going to come for me at some point. I'm a Jew. I'm a little bold Irish Catholic Jew. And it's going to be a rough bit here. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I am here with you. I am here for you. And I am so very sorry for the state of the world right now. I did not think I would live in a moment where I would see not the early death throes, but the end of the dream. And it looks like we might be there. I hope to God we're not. To God, I don't believe in. I've gone on for a bit now. I've gone on for about 25 minutes. So that being said, let us write our ode to the magic circle. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for being here this morning. And we're going to make some art now. So, the ode to the magic circle, it was suggested a couple of weeks ago by Victorian London Fog, and threw in a lovely explanation here. Right, here we go. In this case, the magic circle refers to a feeling of camaraderie between people at large events, a fiction that everyone collectively agrees to share, whether at a fair, festival, play, etc. So let us write our ode to the magic circle. Stop throwing your line suggestions in here. I look forward to writing this with you. I'm going to take a quick break to drink some coffee and leave you with some music for just a moment. And what music am I going to leave you here with while I drink some coffee and recollect my thoughts? I think it's going to be Green Sleeves and Scrambled Eggs. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to the show. For those of you who've stuck around, God love you, because I was not expecting to do a monologue this morning, but here we are. So real quick, let's talk about some upcoming events that are going to be happening. You can join me in person, not Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare, but my regular normal live show. Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare is here. It's Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. for the rest of the summer, all July and August. So do that here. But in person, join me at the Midsummer Fantasy Renaissance Fair for the next 2 weekends, going until July 14th. It is a delightful good time. It's in Ansonia, Connecticut. It is delightful. Go and join me there. And then after that, up at the main Renaissance Fair, Murph, July 20th to 28th. It is a phenomenal little show. It's basically Renfest Summer Camp, and it's just absolutely delightful. And then I'm off for the month of August. I'm still going to be here with you. And then, of course, tonight, join me on Nat 21 Adventures at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, because we have a brand new show we're doing. Oh, yeah, it's called Mistmore Isle. Yes. Oh, it is a 2-part adventure that we're doing, and I do hope that you join me for it. It's going to have Mab, just Mab. I believe it's going to have Lady Prudence as well. It is going to be just a fantastically great good time. And I'm a merman, so, and I'm a merman. And Prue is in the audience, so Prue, you're my first cast member who gets to hear it. I'm a merman named Ethelbert Merman. Yeah? Yeah? There we go. All right. So it's a thing. It is definitely a thing. I'm not going to be a mermaid. I'm a merman. 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 Oh, goodness gracious. So delightful. No, not Ethel. Well, yes, that's the joke, Ethel Merman. But Ethelbert, it's with that AE. I forget what it's called. But yeah, it's fantastic. And it's going to be so weird. And I'm making my character she once I get done with this. But let's get into Ode to the Magic Circle, my friend. Oh, it's called an Ash. Thank you. Thank you, Cara Chapel. I forgot. You reminded me. Victorian's like, wow, I hate it. Good. Good for you. We don't talk about being on lists. Oh, here we go. I'm on a list somewhere. Good. Yes, Ethelbert Merman. Well done. Well done, Harper Prue. Well done, Prue. That's exactly it. That is exactly how I've spelled it. Only with the lowercase e portion, yeah. But yeah, it is fantastic. It's very medieval English, and then merman, because I'm a merman and I'm merman. So, oh, all right. Let's see. Harper Prue is already thrown in a line suggestion here. Here we go. The wonders all around us, life and death, love and truth. Oh, goodness gracious. That needs to be a next line. Love and truth, the miracle of free breath. Fantastic. Goodness. Let's see. Victorian says, we must believe in stories for ourselves. And for those who came after and before. Oh, that's grand. "70 seconds of ads during Shakespeare time." Oh, goodness gracious. Was I interrupted? Did I? How does that work? Yeah, I need to know. I'm asking for a friend, the friend being me. Did I get paid? Did I get paid during these ads? That's a thing I'd like to know. I'm assuming I don't get paid. I just do this for me and for you, and hopefully for money at some point. About 4 years of doing, or 3 and a change. Of doing the show. At some point I will make money. Our stories are our heritage, says Sally. Our stories are our heritage. Very close. We can fix that in post. Our stories are our heritage. Hello, Floof Overtook, down at my feet. Oh, I was thumbnailed and the ad took over full volume in 80% of the screen. Ah. Yeah. And since I'm already on a small part of the screen, it makes it very much smaller. United by circumstance, fate, and time, our fellowship both fleeting and sublime. Oh, I love that. United by... Stop pulling at me. Floof overtook. Right, you can bite my feet, but don't pull at me. I'm doing my show. United by circumstance, fate, and time, our fellowship both fleeting and sublime. Be there for each other in good and bad. Be there for each other in good and bad. Well done, Kathy. Our stories are our heritage. Oh, Sally is adapting, but yet they foretell of incidents yet to come. All right. So we have a lot of good parts here. I'm going to take this here. I think this is in our first stanza. United by circumstance, fate, and time, our fellowship both fleeting and sublime. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Ooh, I like this. Oh, I think that might work right here. Doing it this way. All right, let's see how this sounds. All right. The wonders all around us, life and death, united by circumstance, fate, and time, love and truth, the miracle of free breath, our fellowship both fleeting and sublime. I love that. Oh my God, that really delightfully flows. I love this. I love that so very much. Oh, mwah. Josephine is here with The Truth Comes Out as the Fire Burns Low. Josephine, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Josephine! Woo! Woo! My tailor, Josephine, made this lovely doublet that I'm wearing right now. Oh, Josephine, so you see, I have it buttoned up the whole way, and so it's like it's looking actually very Tudor period and not just a cool Elizabethan jacket. So yeah, so yes, there we have that. Yes, yeah, very Tudor-esque at the moment. Yeah. So I look good, Josephine. By the way, I had it buttoned up, and because of the slashes you put into the skirting, I was able to. I had my belt on under it, and the pouch popped out. It just looked so fast. It looked so fancy. I loved it. Oh, good. So here we go. Truth comes out as the fire burns low. By the way, Josephine, if you want to put your Instagram info in here so that you can get some more custom order references. Everyone, please hit up Josephine. She's making my next. She's doing like another 2 projects for me. Another under doublet, a short one, and then another one of these, and a hat. So yeah, please hit her up. So Josephine, please throw that in there. She is at Joe Renee Designs on the Instas. Please hit her up, slide into her DMs, but in a very professional way. Please, people, don't be weird, don't be creepy. I mean, be weird. Yeah, I mean, because like you're all my fans, so run fair, people. But don't be creepy. Don't be creepy. That is Wheaton's second law. The first one, of course, being don't be a dick. But if there was a second one, don't be creepy. Don't be creepy. Don't be creepy. All right. All right. Oh, Prue called out to you. Hi ho, my Joel. Oh, that was cute. Oh, all right. So here we go. Words of the past inform words of the now. Oh, I like that. Words of the past. I'm going to capitalize that. Inform words of the now. Words of the past inform words of the now. That is fantastic, Dances with Words. Well done. That's why you named yourself that. It is said that all fancy may be conceived, if only with all one's heart one doth believe. Oh, look at my songwriter friend right there. It is said that all fancy may be conceived, if only with all one's heart one doth believe. Oh, that is beautiful, Prue. Oh, Josephine says, don't be creepy unless it's a hanging around in graveyards, leering at passerby sort of creepy. Yeah, it's like if you've got an Addams Family level vibe going, that's fine. Yeah. So Victorian London fog here. So gather by the fire. Sit with me. And we shall weave our stories. That was correct. Against the dark. Oh, that's lovely. Sally, our community. Wherever it is united in its effort to preserve. Things come to light as only embers glow. Oh, Josephine. Things come to light as only embers glow. And Reverend Tommy's here. Good day to you, Reverend Tommy. Lovely to see you. Hope you'll be moderating tonight's show. All right, let's see. We have a lot here to work on. So our first stanza, once again. The wonders all around us, life and death, united by circumstance, fate, and time. Love and truth, the miracle of free breath, our fellowship both fleeting and sublime. Truth comes out as the fire burns low, and things only come to light as embers glow. I love both of these lines. These are both going in. Whether it's going to be second or third, but I'm grabbing them now. I love these. Shall weave our stories against the dark. That is going in there. Oh, Reverend Tommy doing some art as well. Yes, always get consent when you do some glass blowing. Well done. Can put that one actually right here. And Harper Prue throwing in. Together our power can know no bounds. No. Very good. And friendships forged as if from flames themselves. And Dances with Words. Here we go. We bring color and life to all things stark. Here we go. We bring color and life to all things stark. And Victorian has the light we bring an ever fixed mark. Oh, it's a lovely Shakespeare reference. Our Sonnet 116. The light we bring an ever fixed mark. As if from the fire's spark. We will stay one step in front of those hounds, says Sally. $116 is your favorite, Victoria? That's a good choice. That's a good choice. All right, so here we have the wonders all around us, life and death, united by circumstance, fate, and time, love and truth, the miracle of free breath, our fellowship both fleeting and sublime. We bring color and life to all things stark. The truth comes out as the fires burn low. Lo, we shall weave our stories against the dark, for things come to light as only embers glow. I love this. I love this so much. I love this so much. All right, moving into our final stanza. I'm liking these two lines together as well. I think this was a Sally and yes, Sally had the hounds line and Harper Prudence the together our power knows no bounds line. All right. That might be the very end. That might be the final couplet, but let's see here. Ooh. This is a day where I am just editing, my friends. and I'm loving it. Mm. All right, yeah. All right. All right, my friends, I think we have it. And all right, here we go. I think we have it. And let's start some music and try it. The magic sound. Around us. United and time. Fellowship. Meeting. We bring color and no. We should leave stories against the dark. Things come to light and only others. It is said that all fancy may be conceived wherever I wander, wherever I rove. If only with all one's heart one doth believe, with friends I will find the real treasure trove. Together our power can know no bounds. We will stay one step in front of those hounds. I love it. We will stay one step in front of those hounds. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think we will keep one step in front of those hounds. I love it. This is fantastic. In front of the hounds. All right. I'm loving this, my friends. I'm just fixing punctuation and circumstance, fate, and time, love and truth, miracle of free earth, of fellowship, both fleeting and sublime. Oh my gosh, my friends, I think that is fantastic. This is wonderful. Oh, just goodness gracious, this is grand, and this is some good art therapy for me. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. Well done, my friends. Kathy's going back to work. See you later, Kathy. Thank laters. And a lovely candy jar we do have for boot. Goodness. And Josephine has another line to throw in there, so let's throw it in. This fellowship faithful forever I love. Grand. Sally is asking 9 or 10 going forward. It's 11 a.m. The show is now 11 a.m., Sally, on Tuesdays for the rest of the summer. So let me bring that back up on screen. 11 a.m. for the rest of the summer. Join me right here. Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare is at 11 o'clock. Where is it? Yep. There we go, right there. Sally. So yes, join me right back here next Tuesday, this same time slot. Basically an early lunch or a late breakfast. It's a brunch for many of us. And then do join me tonight at 8 p.m. for Mistmore. Oh, do join me for that. Mistmore Isle, along with Lady Prue. It's a mer people adventure. So we are going to have a great time right here, Nat 21 Adventures. Speaking of Nat 21 Adventures, make sure you go like and subscribe. Follow us on all of the things. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, twitch.tv/Nat21Adventures. If you want to support the channel, you certainly can do by going to patreon.com/Nat21Adventures and becoming a Patreon of the Arts. Becoming a Patreon saint. If you want to become a Patreon of the Arts and support me personally, you can do that at patreon.com/Shakespeare. You can also buy me a cup of coffee going to coffee.com/Shakespeare. Buy me a cuppa. One last nice noisy slurp right there. Over there at coffee.com/Shakespeare, you can also commission a sonnet from me. Follow me on all the various socials as well. Facebook.com/Shakespeare approves. YouTube, you can watch the repeat of this, and I'm also going to start putting up some shorts over there. Shakespeare approves. Instagram and TikTok are both Shakespeare.approves. Go do those things. And if you're ever on Blue Sky, which is an ish replacement for Twitter, I'm Shakes approves. You might have just heard the cats fighting upstairs. That's fantastic. But also, this Friday is Bandcamp Friday, which means I get all of the proceeds, as does Harper Prudence on hers, all of the proceeds of our albums. Bandcamp waives their fee this Friday. So go to shakespeareapproves.bandcamp.com. shakespeareapproves.bandcamp.com to buy my albums. And friends, that's basically it. Thank you so very much for being here. Remember, you can also join me in person at the Midsummer Fantasy Renaissance Fair. 2 more weekends to catch me there. This Saturday and Sunday, and then going through July 14th. And then the main Renaissance Fair, July 20th through 28th, 2 weekends of that. And of course, catch me tonight on Nat 21 Adventures at 8 p.m. And then I'll be back here next Tuesday. And one final thing, my friends. Just remember, as I am your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare, I say this to you as the first half hour of the show proved it today. Hashtag ACAT, A-K-A-T. All kings are tyrants. Don't let that happen. In the meantime, I love you, you love me. There is mutual glorious affection, my friends. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you when I'm looking. Bye-bye.